Hi everyone, XylaTakura here. Hope you're all okay and well. Today I am back with some more Danganronpa. Now, for those that, if there are any wonderful people out there that do check my schedule, they will have noticed I should have been streaming on the Thursday, but it was moved to the Saturday. I just wasn't feeling very well. I'm trying to stick to a schedule. It's just really hard to juggle everything at the moment. Hopefully, as the year gets further along and the months go on, I'll get better at it, but thank you for being patient with me. So we are going to do the investigation for the recent murder that happened last time, which was a while ago now, and then we're going to do the trial as well. I always do both together because then I don't forget what happened in the investigation, because I'm a dum-dum. Let's go. I have a hot chocolate because for some reason today I'm really bloody cold. This music's cool, I like this. Can we have some more electric guitar music? Well, catchy this. Well, I'd better start by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. Yeah, so someone blew up. That's the thing. They were, however, dead before the blast. Yeah, I hope so. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. Ooh. Ooh. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. How are you knowing this when the body's been blown up? This is insane. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Okay. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body. Could it really be Kyoko? Yeah, because no one knows where Kyoko is. I still think, if anyone can remember that far back, I can just about remember that far back. One of my friends who's played this already, who's one of the people that got me to play it anyway, he was telling me a little spoiler about Junko, who died right at the beginning. So I have my theories about that, but in case anybody who's watching hasn't seen it, I mean, I'd like to think I'm probably the last person who's not played this, but we'll see. I'm not gonna go too much into the into that little info I found out. So this is just an electric guitar remix of the original investigation, which I like. It's very cool. Or I have no choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened, or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime, back to the garden. Monokuma File 5 has been added to the Truth Bullocks section of your handbook. I'm sorry, this music is great. I want it to stay like this forever. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. So let's start with the knife. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this? It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said that the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this? This is the knife someone nearly attacked you with. That's it. It's the knife that person was holding, but you also had in your drawer. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because When they attacked, I was in kind of a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. And maybe then I killed them? No. And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. No, you wouldn't have done anything. Jeez. What's this? What's on the rock? These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. Double check what later? Don't just say there. Fragments. From where? From where? Where? It's been a long time, game. I don't know where I'm going. If I checked the body more thoroughly, maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. I'm more interested in the tattoo of the wolf on the hand. That's cool. There's also something on the back of the right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Nice! The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burned up. There's only one little piece left. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it, which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? Why can I not see the shoes? The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet, because you threw a bucket of water on it. As Byakuya stood there like, throw water on this. Well, why don't you do it? Selfish bastard. And I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Why you just... Why? I don't understand. Oh, that's the wrong button. I want to, yeah, step away. Step away from the dead body. We got anything else? Let's do some conversing. Listen, Makoto. Do you remember how the body looked, you know, before it blew up? If I remember right. It was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area surrounding it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody, but for how much blood there was on the body, I don't see any of it on the ground around it. Okay. Well, thanks. That was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember... having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better too. Yeah. So thank you, too. So what does that body belong to? Or who does that body belong to? I can't even read today, guys. Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want it for fate anymore. Okay, yeah, you sure? You stay away then. Let's talk to Byakuya. Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk with you. Oh, okay. That's all you want to say to me? To you too. What did you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. An alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you be sure of that? That's not even what he said, but that's what I've said now. Carrying on. Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. Of course you did, because no one follows the rules anymore. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words,
So the murder could have only taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. Blech. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's room to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. I bet that was embarrassing for you. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have airtight alibis. Oh no, that's me. I'm me and Kyoko.
that's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door. So where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth. I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Shit. It wasn't me, I swear. Can we grab? Yeah, we can grab. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and?
For serious?
Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7, as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock. So it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Ah, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. And the body was found. Nice. Should I go and check out the shed? Just to be sure, I should go and take a look at the tool shed. Sorry. It's so catchy. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a top? Wait, was there a top here in here before? I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. Why is there tarp here? Let me click on the tarp. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside is totally clean and completely dry. One side of that tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. I don't know what it'd be. I can't remember anything. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. Okay, right, we can leave then. I remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop. I count 4 chickens. Huh? 4?
Yo!
What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Wait, what? Yeah, right?
Huh?
What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. 1 short. That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
What?
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then.
What?
What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hero and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Sure, why not? Let's make it related to the case. Chickens. Giant plant. The Monokuma flower, huh? Is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? Anyway, I don't think it's related to the case, so I'll just stay away. This is a panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then if the body was here before then, the sprinklers would have gotten it wet. Which would mean the murder must have taken place after 7:30! I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically, that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicion, but I don't know where that is! What is it? It looks like... I don't even know what it is! What is it? And I still need to find more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true... Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity. What? Limit my options.
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room. Byakuya has it. I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow the key to her room. Hi, Byakuya. Do you mind if I steal Kyoko's key, love? If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't. Oh, I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all. Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you. Or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay then, in the meantime I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. I don't know where you want me to go, game! The only place I think it could be is the dojo, but what would the dojo have in it? Oh, I don't know. I'm probably in the wrong place. See, look, there's no bloody, like, parchment stuff around here. So, what else is on this floor? Chemist lab? We can't get in the chem lab though, can we? Bio lab. Yeah, we still can't get in here. It's not gonna be from in here, surely. This is awful. I mean, look at this. It's just awful. An eye for an eye. Where would it be from? I can't even... Right, how do I get... Oh, there we go. I can't even begin to fathom the gym. The gym? The gym? The gym? What about the gym? Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
Oh, it's a part of the bomb? Oh my god, it's a part of the bomb? I mean, that explains why she blew up, but who the hell took the bomb? What? I just found something. What is it? Oh. It's...
Huh?
It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure.
What?
A bomb? And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. Eat the bomb. Eat the bomb. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Oh, Byakuya! I need you to come and spy and be nosy in a girl's room, please. It's important. It's important. I need you to help me, love. Wait, where is the... Oh, it is here. It's important, love. I need your help. You know times when you have a drink and you want to swallow it, but for some reason you can't? I get that a lot, it's weird. You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Wait for me! Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on the way to the dorms. I'm not even gonna talk to you, let's go straight in. I can't unlock it myself, I need to myself. Open the door for me, you selfish bastard! Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then... and it's open. Looks like it, thanks. Let's go! Six? What? So this is Kyoko's room. Instantly drawn to the table. There's something on the table. It's a wooden block decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key? The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly possible.
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Oh, I already do. I figured this bit out. I'm not that stupid. What, really? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo? So we do have to go to the dojo. I was preemptively thinking ahead. That's what it was. Okay, here's her bed. I don't see anything of interest in here. At least not as far as the case is concerned. No. Bathroom? Here's the bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. I better not look inside. There's not really a lot to check, is there? Yeah, surveillance cameras following our every move. Yeah, I think we can just go. Really? One of the monitors. That's just the table again.
It's certainly possible.
Yeah. I guess I just gotta talk to him now then.
What?
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's what you made me take time out of my search to come here. Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Huh? What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well,
Interesting.
something certainly has happened, so open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
What?
That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets, what could it be? But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets, what's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class number 78 student registry. Mukuro Ikusaba.
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, it looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. Yeah. It was a key and that's it. Yeah. So this must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this was what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Oh, okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Name Mukuro Ikusaba, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she'd joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. So the person that died has to be Mukuro Ikusaba, because tattoo. You can't, like, copy a tattoo and then burn a body. It just don't happen, okay? Oh, wait, Kyoko wore gloves, right? Did Kyoko wore gloves? What if Kyoko was the what if Kyoko is Mukuro Ikusaba? Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, answers on a postcard, please. The Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one non-fiction and another, and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things. That was how I saw things just as an ordinary person. But then
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I keep losing voices because I'm like, just my brain's trying to think about what's actually going on and remembering everything. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Found it!
Whoa! I feel like our hero's becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. Excuse me, what? What? Ah, it's you!
What?
What have you got in your pretty little hand there?
What?
Uh-oh, you found her profile? So what if we did?
Hey, come on now.
Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. I'm trying to do it so I don't have a broken voice by the end of the stream, which always happens when I go too much into Monokuma. In any case, you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course.
Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is. Now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
When you all first got together in the main hall, way back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. A misunderstanding? Are you saying...
in other words...
That's right. There weren't actually 15 of you.
Yes, indeed.
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16, then...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Dun, dun, dun. The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of this school life. The one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh?
Huh? Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed.
Makes sense?
Well now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get. So I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kagiri. So I'm gonna share a little secret with ya. Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in and day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Oh dear, Monokuma. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand? The tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars, which means... those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Uh-huh.
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. his trap.
Such ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to this game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case?
It's certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her a part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer. She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But, based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So in other words...
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense then to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible. But if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places we need to investigate. I should find out if that key and the dojo are really connected.
Let's go.
Well, are you coming? Yes, please. I want to fast travel, please. Investigations with Byakuya. There are wooden lockers here. They use wood block keys, just like the old super traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go into one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker furthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. I took out the wood block key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock. And click. The locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. Gimme, 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 gimme. If every inanimate object had a personality. Eagerly. Gimme, 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 gimme. Yay. I think about weird stuff, shush. There are arrows in here, and it looks like 10 arrows in total. It looks like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, with a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. I have you know, anyone who's decent at archery could take your eye out with a titanium bow. Thank you very much. Strong sticks. Strong sticks. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a bloodstain?
I see.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. So they were killed here, maybe? They wadded up the injury with duct tape, took them to the garden, and then pulled it off. Then covered them over with the clock thing. But how could it possibly be involved? Oh, for goodness sakes. I know I'm not smart. I'm smarter than the guy I'm playing, though. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Let's just close it. Is something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room? Because it's
Why?
not the victim, I'm sure. Or perhaps... Yapia? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. Huh? What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Research? Are you talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Okay. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to the shelf on the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with a file in hand. Show us the
I
goods!
see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it to you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Okay. Unlike military contractors, they're a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They've been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe that there was mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded. Okay.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. These people are a part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right, it said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Haha! Hellblade! Any chance for me to talk about that? I go straight in! Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean? Ding dong, ding dong. It's class trial time!
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us organisms, the earth, natural phenomena.
Sure, Monokuma.
It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial!
Yes, I know we're all dying slowly day by day, Monokuma. Don't remind me.
So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later!
Then the time has come. All we can do is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. Even though you're an asshole! I mean, there's not that many people left to trust, so we gotta kinda trust him for now, right? Let's go. Ready. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you? Huh? What? Are you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. We'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined that was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself, but... We stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen, and then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? Oh god, this is weird. What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... Or what?
What?
Jesus! Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? Huh? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. I don't know who this person, I don't know what the voice is for this person, so I'm just gonna make it up. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look. Kyoko! I'm here. I'm here, and no rules been broken. Kyoko? Ah, Kyoko, you're still alive? No, a ghost! Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it in the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
Is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty, officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. Shing! No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts in the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of ya. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko! Ah, so you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but there's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right, now we gotta deal with a ghost. I told you, just stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me! Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But...
I'll be happy when this trial's all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Where the fuck you been, girl? Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So...
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
So,
Just now. I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
however,
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to.
wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words,
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? Ooh.
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto,
We can go all over the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
it would seem...
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Let's go! Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. I'm out of hot chocolate, guys. This is a catastrophe. And the door slid shut. Luckily, I don't have to do much talking anymore. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was despair. Always gotta mention the D word.
I can't wait!
What happened to the... Why is it painted pink? I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Let's get on with the show. He's like some kind of demented kids entertainer. I love it. And so, the curtain opened up for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. Yes, please. I want to save, please. Okay. I think I'm pretty much okay with everything that's happened. I got to remember about the fact that the top half of the body was wet. Then we've got the top that was damp and dirty one side and fine the other. Bottom half of the body was like clean. We've got the Fenrir tattoo, which I'm assuming means that it's Mukuro Ikusaba that we're dealing with. Either that, or if it's to do with what my friend told me about this, it could be that option as well, but obviously that will mean it'll be a bit more complicated. What else do we need to figure out? The knife was put in, however there were the arrows in the locker with the duct tape with the blood all over it. So I have a feeling she wasn't killed in the garden. She was killed in the dojo or somewhere else and moved with the tarp. It's the only thing I can think of. But anyway, let's see if I can set some skills, because I have 2 points. Do I have any skills that I haven't set yet? No, I've set all my skills that I have opposition with. So let's just get on with it.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the
I always
results.
leave it on auto.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
Okay.
first, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Oh dear.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
I agree for once.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trait is...
I got it!
gloves.
I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
That was
In
mentioned.
that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
We do.
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh! You know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Jesus Christ. There's no way that the corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're going to be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any other choice but to. Yeah, she couldn't wear gloves with fake nails on.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No,
Not
that's
with
wrong.
fake nails, you can't, dear. I'm on ball so
No,
far, but it will
There's
go
no
downhill
way the
from
corpse
here.
was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
I'm not complicated
Anyone
like
doesn't
that.
know women, it's you.
Yeah.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life.
Nice.
If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Tattoo on the right hand seems to be something that's...
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Oh, we can!
No, that's wrong.
We can! We can! Why is this easy so
There
far?
was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, he'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel brutal and unusual death.
God.
This I gotta see.
Jesus.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Nope.
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
What?
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo to the other information... It's only that, isn't it? Yeah.
I got it!
Because we don't have
The
the
Fenrir Mercenary Corps.
Fenrir thing.
That's
yeah.
the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... It's a wolf. It's a wolf! Where's the W? Need a H, please.
Now I understand.
This is just like, what? This is where Hellblade's coming in handy. It's insane.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Good knowledge.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description.
She's a soldier.
All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from... Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Then who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us, just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
Sorry, I just had to have a word with family members.
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
Dun, dun,
No,
dun.
the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Ooh.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Ooh. Wow.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
There's two. There's two. We're the only two without
You've
an
narrowed
alibi.
it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
The only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko,
9
right?
o'clock, she said, I
And
think.
she went to go get the pickaxe.
I got it!
9 o'clock.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
That's what she said. What time is it? What time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. Go and fetch that pickaxe. Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
Oh no,
For me,
not for the 10.
I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m., and I don't have an alibi for 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay then, it looks like the game's begun. But we've already confirmed if I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi, which it didn't because of the sprinklers. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
No? Okay. First time I've made a mistake though, I'm impressed.
Shoot!
Normally I've made a mistake by now, so I'm quite happy with myself. Okay,
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
There's something that happened in the garden at the same time every morning. Thinking back, the course was almost totally dry. In which case I should be able to figure out when the body must have appeared in the garden.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
I think it must be
Yep,
exploded
and
body
Makoto
analysis.
doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Must be
Yeah,
this one
from
then.
10 o'clock to 7:30.
No? Okay. What is it then? Because there's only 2 sections that I can use. So which one is it?
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Well, it can't be the sprinklers because I've just tried that.
We've established a time frame for the murder.
It took
It
place
can't
somewhere
be.
between 9 o'clock. Yep. And
Yeah, from to 7:30.
It's not that. I mean, I've tried it already. I don't know why I tried it again, just to confirm with myself. I don't.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Unless I have to use
Yep,
7:30
and Makoto doesn't have an
against-
alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Oh no, I can't. Like,
That's more
copy
than
it
enough
then.
time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
The only other
We've
one I haven't
established
tried
a
is this
time
one.
frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. And Makoto doesn't have
An alibi.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than
Enough time to commit, so Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the
Unless-
time.
10 and the sprinklers is what I need to use. Let's try it.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 and...
Yeah.
No,
sprinklers.
it's wrong.
Okay. I just had to sit and think about it, you know, like a normal person.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
Oh,
And what
auto.
makes you say that?
Auto time.
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
That's because I threw a bucket of water on it.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words? What?
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
If you'll go away
You're totally wacko.
and say nothing
If you
else, then
really
yes.
think it wasn't the sprinkler? You'd better tell us why!
I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. It was me throwing a bucket of water on it. It's hit Toko with certain evidence, and that should do it. Why do I have to have the body? Oh god. If we look at the body itself, that should make it clear. I can't believe we have to have a fight with her about this.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything!
Hang on a minute. How do I reload again? Tab key. Okay. Okay.
That's enough! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me?
Oh, Jesus, that was tough.
How can you say it wasn't the
This should prove it.
That was tough. Jesus Christ. It's going too fast and I kept forgetting to
Just
reload.
remember what the body was like after the explosion.
Jeez.
And you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac! I'm so sick of her.
Me too.
Let's just
Move on.
The reason only the top half was wet was because... While the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
I've got an alibi!
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30
I'm
this
clear.
morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Yeah, good for me.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which means that Mukuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it! Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing.
Okay. What is it?
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Ooh. Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Wow!
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Wow.
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
Shit.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
That'll be the tarp that we found in the
I got it!
shed.
You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
It wasn't me! Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? And the body...
Wait. something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Which will be
By
body.
covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
No, that's wrong.
Objection! I haven't said that in so long. I used to love
Actually,
Phoenix Wright.
one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
Why would you wash one side, you idiot?
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
What? Huh? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office.
The chicken! They killed the
That's what
chicken!
he did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
They murdered the chicken!
No, that's not what happened this
The
time.
poor chicken!
The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
The poor chicken! The ultimate victim here is the chicken!
I got it!
The poor thing!
Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
This is getting out of
When I
hand.
checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
Poor chicken.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I agree.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it.
Oh, is this for the
The
duct
ground
tape?
was completely clean.
Is this for the duct tape?
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so.
Mm-mm.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Great.
Then he had plenty of time to spare,
My
wouldn't
God.
you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I'm innocent. You know I am.
must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
Great. And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Makoto trying to entrap me? But why? I don't understand. Sorry. Disguised dead body has been added to the book. It's been added to the handbook.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
Why does she not want to be on a room?
Serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
And of course, it would be
That's
from
what
my
I thought when I
room.
first saw it. I just remembered.
This is going to be a long case. Now that we have the knife, what are we going to do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? She actually is the one that asked me to. Huh? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
Is she trying to frame me?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. You're not. I mean, I know that because I'm you, but I'm not quite sure how we're gonna.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it!
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
No, I
What
seem
a
to
horrible
recall.
man you are, Makoto.
We already established that the coat was part of that after the tarp was removed. Which means when the knife was thrust through the coat into the body, they were already dead! Exactly!
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It's gotta be,
really
it's
is,
gotta be
isn't
this
it?
one.
I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did.
Just because I had that automatic.
Well, getting stabbed is so there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
Oh, I
What
missed
a
it.
horrible man you are,
I
Makoto.
missed it. I missed it!
The knife we found lodged. It's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had the knife, that automatically makes me the...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her,
Oh no.
right?
Unless I. Oh no.
Shoot!
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It's gotta be
really is,
disguised
isn't
then,
it?
right?
I was afraid of that.
Because the coat was put on afterwards.
If he did have that knife before,
Yeah.
That seals it. Just because I had that automatic...
well, getting stabbed is...
That's the one, yeah.
No, that's wrong.
Ooh! That is a super
Wait,
duper cool
hold on.
emoji for
The stab wound
Monokuma in
isn't what
chat.
killed Mukuro.
Nice.
That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Didn't even know you could get that from Monokuma. That's awesome.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right?
Very,
In other
very
words,
nice.
the victim
Like
never
that.
wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
It was just there for effect.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
What? Why? The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot. No, that's no way that's possible. There's a contradiction? There's a contradiction? Where? Body before explosion. Monokuma's account? Is it the file? Single stab.
I got it!
Oh yeah, okay, it is.
The Monokuma file clearly states that
I
there
was
was
about to say,
only
if
one
I read that
stab
wrong.
wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Then the knife.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward
And there
was
goes
probably
Toko.
meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
Your Honor.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
Missing bomb.
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Oh dear.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic-level spontaneous combustion!
Gosh.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Oh god.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Why have I got to do it? There's only one explanation. And then what about the missing bomb? Oh, yeah. The fragments near the body.
I got it!
That was
After
it.
the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Yeah, with the bomb.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
I didn't know it was a bomb,
That's
but it was a
only
bomb.
natural, because of course. We saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto.
And I'm innocent, man.
And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
I mean, to be fair, she had it coming. She was trying to get
Hold on
me
a
framed.
second, Byakuya.
Don't defend her!
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
Didn't the file say she'd been bashed on the head? We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Oh,
And
how do
more
I-
than that,
Oh, that's how I do it. Okay.
the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Okay.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet...
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't because of then.
Oh, yeah.
According to the that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
They said they were weeks old though. It said they were weeks old, so that I'm gonna...
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
No, that's wrong.
I'm actually being smart today! I'm so proud of myself.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
Oof!
What
On the
about
table.
wounds all over the rest of her body?
They were
They
weeks
didn't have
old,
anything
dude.
to do with it?
They were weeks old, dude.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
How
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
Why would they hit her with a handle, you moron?
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power.
Wow.
I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
Oh dear.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
Violence.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
I have. The only thing I've got is the titanium arrows. It's the only thing left.
I got it!
Apparently it's that then,
Mukuro
okay.
was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
But you said that was thin.
An arrow? That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds...
Yeah,
kinda
I'm a
weird.
bit.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. What? What's the secret? What's the secret? Oh, wood block key, I guess. Oh, well,
The
this is the
titanium
duct tape.
arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, 'cause in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
Unless they tied them all together? If it was just that titanium arrow, it wouldn't nearly be thick enough, which is why they used all of them.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, 'cause in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah! I'm being smart today. I'm so proud.
You're
For a
right.
change.
Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
All the arrows.
Another
Auto.
weapon?
Auto, please.
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
Why though?
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks.
Excuse me, what?
One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Or in this case, murder.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker,
Yeah, you do have
it was you, Kyoko.
You do have the key.
I've never been to the dojo.
But you had the key.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
We do, Byakuya, we do. For once, I have to agree with you.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I'm quite happy to do it, it's just Makoto. I'm fine with it. Yes, you have evidence, you dumb shit.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is... right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because it was in your room.
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
What can I say? I'm
No,
a knight in shining armor.
It's not that I want to defend her. It's just... there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me. I thought so. Then does that mean she... She knew I was being attacked. And she came to my rescue. Oh god. Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... She killed someone? For me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Byakuya, you should know better than anyone. What does that mean? What does it mean? Tell me. Wait, was Byakuya the one that was trying to kill me? What?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Oh dear.
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Oh yeah, because you had her key! Wait, Kyoko gave her key to Byakuya, right? Which she did. Which would mean...
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
I just need to figure out what the answer is.
I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you dumb shit. You had a
You
key.
stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room.
Oh, no. I need to...
Correct.
Oh, damn it. I needed to hold the button down. Shit.
Shoot!
That's my own fault. That's my own fault. I needed to hold it down.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Okay. This should be the one to go with I'm not the killer. Because she didn't have her own key. Because Byakuya had a key. So
Those
this has
words
got to
you
be the
just
right
spoke.
one.
What do you mean?
I hope.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
No, it's not right. What? Not the... Unless it's the other way... Unless it's the other way round. Is it the other way round?
Shoot!
Oh.
Those
Proof?
words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
Oh god, what am I doing?
You should understand
I
that
keep
more
hitting
than
the wrong
anyone
button
here.
now.
Byakuya,
Jesus.
what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct?
I don't know what I'm doing now.
Shoot!
Damn it.
Those words you just spoke.
I know what I need to
What do you
put,
mean?
but I don't know what
Exactly what I said.
order I need to do it
I'm
in.
not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No, I don't know. I'm out of ideas. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Don't know. No clue. I don't know what order I'm supposed to put it in. Failed. Blah, blah, blah. Now I'm dead. It's always me. Yes, I do want to give it another shot, please.
I refuse to give up yet!
Give me my health back. That's the ticket. Right, let's try again. I just need to get the right combination.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
I'm not the kid. I have to have there's proof I'm not the killer. There's proof? Or is it the way around? There's proof I'm not the killer? I think?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
Unless it's the other way around.
You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
Is it this one?
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No? Okay. I don't know. I don't know what the combination is. I don't know what the combination is. I'm getting annoyed now.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Oh, right, okay. Sorry, I was just double checking something on my phone that had gone off. Right, I need to think. I know what I want it to say. I need it to... Obviously, she didn't have her key to her room because Byakuya's had it. But I don't know what the combination is to state that obviously she could... Because I've tried a few combinations now, but they're not the right ones. I don't... Because I've already tried I'm not the killer, there's proof. So surely doing the opposite way round shouldn't be the right way, unless it is? I don't know. I can try it.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated
I'll give it a
earlier.
go. I think I've already done there's proof.
You said I hid the
that I couldn't
evidence
get
of my
into
crime in the
unless
dojo
I
locker.
can't remember if I've tried
and
that
then
or
left
not.
the locker key in my own room.
I don't think
correct?
that's right either, though.
But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
It's not that way either. I don't... What am I doing wrong?
Shoot!
Oh, God.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
The evidence bullet
Is that what you're saying?
is to do with when the body
You
was
stated a
found,
theory
but
earlier.
that has nothing to do
You said
with...
I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker.
Hold on one second.
and then
hold on one
left
second.
the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Right, so, sorry about that. So, Sabata, the evidence bullet is to do with when the body was found, but what I'm trying to prove is that Kyoko didn't have her room key for the entire time that the entire couple of days where the murder has taken place. So she's innocent. She couldn't have put the evidence that we found in her room. Only Byakuya could have done it because Byakuya has her key. I'm trying to figure out what truth bullet I need to use to send it to the right piece of information that's been set off. So what I've got is useless. I need to go through the evidence and figure out what it is. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. And I've done a few combinations now, but you have to do the right combination.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
I'll try that I didn't have the locker key and I'm not the killer, because I don't know whether I've tried that combination yet, but...
Those words you just spoke, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
It's not that either. What is it? It's bugging me so much. It is bugging me because I know the bloody answer and I don't know what to put. I don't want to have to keep everybody waiting, especially when I know what the bloody answer is. So I'm going to have to be a naughty cheat and just Google it. See if I can find it. How do I even find the bit I'm after? I just don't have a clue. I don't even know which trial I'm in. Okay, I think I might have found it. Oh, I found something that can help me, but it's not for the bit that I want it to help me with. It's not giving me the whole info that I need. Sorry, I don't really want to have to be doing this, but I haven't really got... I honestly don't know the... I haven't got a bloody clue. block a statement against Byakuya's proof. I think I've already tried it. I'll give it a go. I'll quite happily give it a go.
Those words you just spoke.
What do you...
Exactly.
Let's
I'm
speed
not,
up a
but
bit.
you should understand.
Byakuya.
Master would never.
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated a.
You said I hid the evidence and then left the locker key in my own room.
Correct.
But could I really have done that?
We're in chapter 6. We're doing the Mukuro Ikusaba chapter. Yue Savage, I think your name's pronounced. Please don't hurt me if I'm butchering this. But yeah, I'm currently trying to prove that Kyoko couldn't have put important evidence in her room because Byakuya had the key. It's just proving really difficult at the moment. So...
Those words you just
Is
spoke.
it chapter 5? I thought
do
it was
you
chapter
mean?
6. I don't know. I
Exactly
don't know
what
what
I
chapter
said.
I'm on. It's been a while.
I'm not the killer. You should understand
hello,
that more than
everybody.
anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you are the...
Oh, it was!
No, that's wrong.
Sabata, you are a legend. Thank you. I was literally about to lose
If
my
I'm right,
mind. I thought
Kyoko
I'd even
wouldn't have been
tried
able
that
to get
as
into her
well.
room.
Right, let's get back to auto mode. Hello, everybody in chat, by the way.
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
Thank you,
I
Sabata.
So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
How could she put evidence in it?
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
I've done that many combinations. I don't know
Would
which
appear
one I've
not.
done.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
That's my thing against that. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Or is there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us. The mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko. But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I do? Wow, we're spinning round. The mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do either, mate. Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? What's everyone talking about in chat? I can see it pinging on my other screen over here. What we got? Kyoko is the best girl. I agree with both of you. If it's this choice coming up, will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Am I about to have a, like, story choice going on here? Because I'm not sure if I can deal with, like, if you choose this way, everything goes wrong. I'm not quite sure I'm prepared for that. I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose... Oh, what? Pursue the lie, let it go, or run away. I choose run away every time. See, because I was listening to what you guys were putting in chat, I didn't hear what she said. What did she say? You've got to give that to me now. What did she say? I didn't even see what she put. You got to tell me right now, guys. What did she say? Because I didn't actually see what she put. Because obviously I know she went... She said to run away. Paraphrased, take a risk. Oh, God. Well, she claims she went to the second floor of the dorms. Oh, I don't know what to do. Have I saved? Well, I can't save during trials, so I saved before the class trial. Any opportunity it asks me to save, I always save on an extra slot. So, I'd have to do the entire trial again, but... I can save during trials? Can I save now? Oh, I can't save now, obviously. I'm at a point where I can't save now. If you choose wrong, you get the bad ending. Oh. But the bad ending is pretty funny. I'm not sure if I want to get the bad ending just for it being funny. What? Something's telling me to just one, because of what she said, if she dies, we don't get to find out anything, and I want to find out stuff. And I don't know, I feel like I can trust her for that if I can't trust her for anything else. So just this is probably the wrong decision, but I'm gonna let it slide and carry on with the trial, because I gotta get this trial wrapped up. So let's just move along. So do I trust her? That's what this is for. Out of everybody, I trust her more, even though I still don't trust her enough. I trust her more than everybody else. So let's just let it go and move on. Let's just move on with our lives. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. Let's move on. Swiftly on. There's no way she would kill someone. Swiftly on. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal?
Does it really? It takes you back to this point if you choose the wrong one. Okay, that's nice. Carrying on.
Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
Well, the only other person it would be is you. You had her locker key, Byakuya.
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You!
What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
What?
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
What?
Wait a second.
What?
You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Always back on me.
A hidden
Always
side?
back on me. I am always the guilty party. Even when I'm not even mentioned, I'm the guilty party.
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you?
Please tell me you see it.
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial.
I mean, I agree.
Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
What?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
Only idiots trust bears. That's why they get eaten.
What? Time's up?
What do you
I
mean
look so
time's up?
frazzled.
There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time.
I have to agree with all your statements. Like there are so many really dumb people in the class. Like the hero is like one step away from an amoeba. He's probably got 2 cells rather than just the one. It's just... And yeah, Makoto literally solves every trial on his own. Exactly right. It's mind-boggling that they're instantly like, oh, it has to be you, even though the past 4 trials we've done, you proved that it wasn't you, and you also found out who it was, and we're all alive thanks to you, but it's you. It's mind-boggling. Is that really different from normal? Yeah, nobody trusts anybody in normal high school, and we're all idiots as well, so...
So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
I can't
Voting time?
believe this is happening. It's just, oh god. Oh god! I mean, I'm somehow managing to get A all the time. Shoved her proof on. Yeah, to be fair, Kyoko was just like, here. And then after like a while, I was like, okay, I'm getting this now. I'll sort it out myself. But we do. Like, anyone that plays this game, you're always the person that actually, like, everyone's just like, how did that end up there? You're like, because this happened? Oh, yeah, I can see how that works. And you're like... We did it, everyone. Game over. Yeah, GG. Give me those 72 medals that I won't be able to use because I'm dead.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened?
God.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I never get through all the coins. Just let's just see me die. Come on. This is where I chose I chose the wrong... I've got to have chosen the wrong one. Trusting Kyoko means you get the wrong choice? Oh, God. What? You think I'm the killer? You're all selfish bastards. Sorry, man.
Sorry.
God. It's all your fault. Screw you, Byakuya. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
They got it right. What? No, it's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense.
Shing!
It's the same as always, it's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Oh my god. It's just, I swear. The bear chose to stop at this point, yeah. I'm like, come on guys, there's something going on, and it's time for the vote. I'm like, what? It's always rigged, always rigged. Wait, why do I... Oh dear, she's not happy. Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Oh god. Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Great. Let's see me die. Come on. What's the best way you're gonna kill me? Come on. Oh, wait. Am I meant to die? Hang on a minute. Am I meant to die? What's going on here? Wait, what is my punishment? Oh, I'm gonna get squashed. Oh no. Well, that's just wrong on so many levels. Ugh. Just like a pancake. Oh yeah, I love crushers. They're my favorite thing. They're my favorite thing. Oh. Be brave, buddy. You can do this. Oh dear. Just try not to think about it. Don't look behind. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Close your eyes. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye. You're actually listening to what I'm saying. Huh? What? That was alter ego. What? What? Time out. What just happened? I thought they killed alter ego. What just happened? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, what's that? Yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter ego. Oh, alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell! I don't believe this.
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. Yaha! To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit, in a way that's even better special punishment. Oh dear. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Oh my god. So I have to play without me? What? What the hell is going on? Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. So, I'm not dead. I mean, I didn't get crushed. The massive high school towers over there. What? What? You're the ultimate anime protagonist. Literally nothing can happen to you. I am made of titanium. It's like the school stands at the center. Why am I listening to this again? What's going on? I don't know. I don't need to read this yet. I'm just too busy having a moment here. Why? Where? 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 God. And now I have to leave. You can't throw a bombshell on me like this, and then I have to leave. Restarted the game, yeah. Might as well have done. Let's just... I've got to skim through this. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what the heck is going on? I need to save, please. Oh, can I save? Please let me save. I have to save. I have to save. Unfortunately, I gotta go. I'm really bad that I have to leave it here because I want to see what the hell's going on, but unfortunately, I have really overstayed my time for this. Jeez Louise. Holy cow. I can't quite wrap my head around this, but this is where things start. This is where it gets damn serious. This is where it all begins. This is where the game actually starts. We're out of the prologue now, guys. Jeez. Ugh. It's not even a bombshell. Wow, thanks. This isn't the bombshell. This is the beginning. Anyway, unfortunately, as I said, I do have to go. So, thank you guys for all joining me. I've all loved all your comments and everything. It's been great. Thank you for all your assistance, guys, and a special thank you to Sabat for getting me through that one that I was clearly confused on and didn't quite understand it. If you want to catch my next Danganronpa stream, because damn it, I need to figure out what the hell's going on, it will be... 1 minute. When will it be? It will be... It will be Thursday. Thursday will be my next stream. I normally do stream before then, but unfortunately I'm quite busy with work and stuff. So Thursday, guys. Thursday. Check out my schedule. Thursday. That's when it'll all happen. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. And I will catch with you guys on Thursday because we got to see what's going on now. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon, okay? Bye!